Kia ora koutou. Hi everyone. Now, for the APNK Chrome stations, by which I mean the Chromebox-based desktop computers, not to be confused with the Chromebook laptops, for the Chrome stations we are providing Kensington hardware locks, one lock per Chrome station. The locks come with a basic quick start guide to get you going, but if you are having any trouble at all setting up and installing your locks onto the devices, well then, that's what this video is for. Now, when you open up the bag, you'll find 3 items inside. There's the quick start guide I mentioned earlier, there's a keyring, and there is a loop of cable. The quick start guide contains picture instructions, but it's important to note that in those pictures it shows a laptop. However, these Kensington locks we're providing do not work with the APNK Chromebooks. Next we have the keyring. It's 2 keys and a tag. The tag has 2 items attached to it. You can see here one of the items is a hex key. It's an L-shaped metal object with a hexagonal cross section. We'll show you more about that shortly. The cable is in a loop held together with a rubber cable tie, which I'm going to remove now. At one end of the cable is the lock itself, very important. At the other end is a loop of cable. That loop is used to tether the cable to an anchor point, such as a desk leg. Now the full length of the cable is 1.5 meters, so it will depend on the distance from the device to your tethering point as to whether you keep some of the cable looped together or not. If you don't need that loop, you may find it helpful to use somewhere else in your library. Now, the other item you will have noticed attached to that keyring tag is this metal object here we call the anchor. It has a T-bar at one end and at the other end is a hexagonal indentation. Now to remove it from the tag, just apply some gentle pressure, it'll pop out quite easily. And there you have it, small but very important for what we want to do. Okay, so let's get going. Here you can see a Chromebox, and on the top you'll notice there's a hole there. This is called a K slot. Most electronic devices have them, and that is where the T-bar of our anchor is going to go. Now note the distance between the main cylindrical section and the T-bar. Here's an example of one which is a little bit shorter. Now that distance needs to be long enough to clear the thickness of the plastic casing of the Chromebox. Now in this case I'm placing it in, it fitted into the hole fine, but when I try to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise you can see it's not going because the T-bar hasn't cleared the thickness of the case. But no trouble, all we need to do is get our hex key, pop it into that hexagonal hole in the top and rotate counterclockwise to extend the length of the T-bar. You can see it lengthening as we go there. Great, that should be long enough now. And we'll try that again. We'll pop the T-bar into the hole. Once that's in, we'll rotate the cylinder 90 degrees clockwise, and there we go. It's comfortably in. So it's in, but it's still loose, so we need to now tighten it. So again, the hex key, place it in the top, and this time, to tighten it up, shorten the length of the T-bar, we're rotating it clockwise, in a clockwise direction. And what that's doing is shortening the T-bar so that it clamps onto the inside of the plastic casing of the Chromebox in order to securely clamp the anchor to the Chromebox. That's all done. Let's give it a bit of a wiggle. Nice and firm. That's not going anywhere. Note also there is a K slot located on the back of the Chrome Station monitor as well. And so if you prefer, you can attach the security anchor to the monitor instead. The process for doing this is identical. Just pop the T-bar into the K slot, rotate the anchor 90 degrees clockwise, and then use the hex key to secure it in place by rotating the key in a clockwise direction. We provide one lock per Chrome station, so it's up to you whether you prefer to have the anchor located on the monitor or on the Chromebox. As mentioned earlier, the Kensington locks we provide are not compatible with APNK's HP 14-inch Chromebooks. You can see here the case slot is of a smaller size. It's what's called a nano slot. So if you do want to lock your Chromebooks, you can purchase Kensington nano locks separately. So now it's time to connect the device to a fixed tether point, some solid anchoring object in the room. Furniture is good, a desk leg is ideal. As you can see here, just feed the cable around the desk leg, then thread the lock through the loop at the end of the cable. Pull it tight, nice and secure. Another option, if you have it available, is to use the hole in the desk where the cables go. Again, feed the cable through that hole and then thread the lock through the loop at the end of the cable. In your library you may have other options such as shelving or a fixture attached to the wall. We do not recommend attaching the cable to the base of the Chrome Station itself, since this will still allow the entire Chrome Station unit to be picked up and taken away. But if you have no other options available, then this is a last resort to consider. Now that the cable is secure, let's take a look at the lock itself. At one end of the lock is a keyhole, and at the other end is an opening with the lock clamp mechanism. So to attach the lock to the anchor, just place the clamp end over the anchor and apply gentle pressure. That clicks on nice and easy. You'll note that we didn't need to use a key to attach the lock to the anchor. However, we will need a key to remove it. So to remove the lock, just pop the key into the keyhole and rotate it 180 degrees in a clockwise direction. Apply gentle pressure and off it comes. If you turn the key in place, you'll be able to see the clamping mechanism in action, opening and closing like a mouth, like so. Okay, let's lock it on one more time. We'll remove the key and click it on there. There we go, all locked and secured. Okay, so hopefully this video has helped you feel a bit more confident in using the Kensington security locks with your library's computer hardware. That's all for now. Thanks for watching everyone. Ka kite.